Dad, isn't it time for illegal ham in the face? But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into Legal Ham to the Face. It is Tuesday. It's about 7:20ish, and we're about to have some fun. Big Bry, how you doing, my friend?
My friend, I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing. It's been a week already, so I'm doing.
On Tuesday, that's no good.
Yeah, it's been a rough stretch, which I'll talk to you later about. But want to thank everybody and Zach Weiss last week for hopping on, talking some Cavs, giving us some good Cavs insight there during the All-Star break in the beginning of the season, which we will get into the Cavs tonight. We will get into the Browns and the NFL Combine. We will also get into some guards news that just happened. And then we will do our Fat Boy Tuesday, which we are getting nuts on Fat Boy Tuesday. And we are talking top 3 changes to the NBA. Tell Miss Ashley I said hello.
Jared says hi.
I see you in the background.
She said, huh? You're on camera. No flashing.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Oh, I love it. Brian, how's the new house going, buddy?
So far, so good. We'll get it over
here. Take her out of the picture,
so I can be the star of the show. Yeah, there can only be one star in this household. It's going great. I feel like we're maybe at a lull a little bit as far as projects go. We're happy with what's been done so far, but still have a few more to knock off here in the next few months, but smaller ones, nothing big.
Yeah, Justin chimed in and said, I've reached the age where getting new underwear is exciting. Yeah. When
I can attest to that. Socks too, I would say, for sure.
Definitely socks too, especially if you get the good socks.
Yeah, nice wool socks.
Oh, yeah. All right, Brian, we got to get into some shout-outs. Brian, do you have any shout-outs you want to get out this week? I know your cousin was in town last week.
Well, the only shout-out I have is this weekend is the Medina Home and Garden Show. So if you're a person who likes home and garden shows, this one is probably second to only the IX Center one. It's not quite that big, but sometimes that's a good thing. So at the Medina Fairgrounds, not too far from like 71 and 18, maybe 10, 15 minutes. So it happens on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5.
All right. Is your mom got a booth set up there again?
My mom will be directing kind of everyone. Ashley's helping her this year. And we are doing lemonade again. So I will be there. It'll be a busy weekend for us.
What lemonades will be on display this weekend?
Good question. I don't know. Might keep it simple. Just do like regular strawberry, maybe raspberry and peach.
Now, if I come to the
extravagant
Medina Home and Garden Show, will somebody have a little bottle of Tito's stuck in his pocket for my lemonade?
You're allowed to bring whatever. Yeah, I don't think they patch it down as far as I know.
A little bottle of Tito's back there.
We do have, I'm trying to think the liquor we have in the house. I just got another bottle. My brother-in-law gave me a bottle of Crown on Sunday, and we do have a bottle, some sort of vodka in the fridge. I'm not sure exactly. I don't think it's Tito's, but some sort of vodka. Bring it.
All right.
I'll bring it. If you promise you'll be there, I'll have it for you.
I will talk to the wife tonight because we got to have something to do this weekend. I got to get out of the house. So
absolutely.
Shout outs for me right now. I know she's probably not watching right now because she's doing a whole bunch of phone calls. I got to shout out my sister right now. She's taking one on the chin right now. Also got to shout out my aunt, which her birthday's coming up here in a little bit. Also my nephew, Tyler. His birthday is next week, or actually this weekend, I think. So just want to shout them out. And, if you guys can just send some well wishes to the fat man over here with some family stuff going on, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm not going to get into it, but we got some family stuff going on right now that is hitting a little hard right now. So I just want to thank everybody that's helping out and everybody that is being part of the process. So let's just put it that way. On that note, we're going to get a little bit. No, Jocelyn's fine. Jocelyn's fine. The family's fine. We just got some hard decisions to make here coming up. With that being said, Bri, it is trivia. Our trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. I got a doozy for you. It's a baseball trivia, and it's an oldie. Okay. This one will kind of shock you because it took me a while to kind of figure this one out, but it'll show you how great one person is in Major League Baseball.
Okay.
Or was. I should say was. Let's go was.
Okay.
All right. Our trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. City Dogs is near and dear in our heart. They do have full kennels again. I believe they will be running their $21 adoption starting next month. We will keep you posted on that. But if you can help out a City Dog, please help them out and adopt a dog. If you cannot adopt a dog from City Dogs Cleveland, volunteer, donate, do whatever you can to help out a City Dog. They will take food. They will take Kongs. They will take peanut butter. They will even take a 30-minute walk if you want to go take a dog for a walk. Anything you can do to help out City Dogs, please help them out. All right, let me go back here. I'm still a little out of sorts here, Brian. It's been a while since I had to play all of them. It's been like 3 weeks since I had to play all the Sounders.
Okay.
So it's going to be a second.
Yep.
All right, Bri, I got some baseball trivia for you. Let me pull it up here on my phone. And like we said, trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. Bri, there is only one switch hitter in Major League Baseball that has won the Triple Crown. And you know what the Triple Crown is, right?
Home runs, RBIs, and average?
Yes.
Okay.
There's one guy that is a switch hitter that has won it.
Well, they've been playing baseball for like 150 years.
Yes.
Is there any way to give me a time frame?
Without
giving it away. In our lifetime?
Not in our lifetime. It's before our
lifetime. Not in our
lifetime.
Okay. After World War II?
When was World War II?
1940s? Mid 40s?
It was after that. So it's before us, but after World War II.
Okay, so it's about a 40-year.
Actually, here it is in between 1950 and 1970. Does that work?
Absolutely. Yep. Okay.
Now I want to give you the numbers just so you can hear how gaudy these numbers are.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Batting average 353.
Wow.
Home runs 52. RBIs 130.
Okay, I may have an answer here. Okay. Well, that might be a little. You said before 70, so that might be a little late for this guy. Okay. 50s and 60s. Gotcha.
All right, bud. You ready to bump some headlines?
Let's do it.
All right, Brian, it's time for your Cleveland headlines. And the last that we talked together, my friend, we had let's see, there it is. We had a new defense coordinator get hired for your Cleveland Browns. Brian, what are your thoughts on the new DC coming in?
I don't have a ton of thoughts because I don't know a ton about him. It seems like, the one thought that I have, and it's more about the Browns in general than just this defensive coordinator. Like, nobody knows what the Browns, and more specifically Andrew Berry, is going to do. Nobody. Because what do we hear? It's down to Shieldhouse. It's down to Schwartz, and they go with Monken. And then we hear, it's down to these two interior Browns candidates, and it's down to this guy from the Texans, and they go with this guy from the Falcons. What did we hear last year during the draft? The Browns are for sure drafting Travis Hunter, number 2, and they trade down. So nobody knows. So whatever you think you know going into this draft, and I don't know if Andrew Berry's just really good at keeping it a secret, or he's just a wild card and he likes to do things that nobody sees coming. I don't know. But once again, going to this, it's these are the candidates for the defensive coordinator, and then we go with another guy that people didn't see coming. So I don't know. I don't have a ton of information on this guy. I'll give him a chance. He certainly has the keys to a very nice car. And he has the tools to be a great defensive coordinator, or look really smart with these players. It's almost like situation, don't screw it up. But there will be differences, but you hope at the very least we're no worse than we were last year. And hopefully he can take us to another level, because Jim Schwartz wasn't perfect. His defenses consistently, I think back through the Tennessee or the Houston Texans game in the playoffs, where we just got torched by misdirection plays, and that was kind of our Achilles heel with Jim Schwartz as our defensive coordinator. So, if he can clean some of that stuff up, maybe be a little more aggressive with blitzing and whatnot. I'm excited to see what it has to come as the legs go out here. I can't tell you he's going to be great. I can't tell you it's a great hire. I can't tell you he's going to suck, because I just don't know much about him. The couple things that I've heard, I guess I'm excited about, but the proof is in the pudding.
Chris said he's an aggressive coach, plays more quarters than cover 3.
Cool.
All right, well, let's dive into him. Bri, he is our age. He is 44 years old. Around our age. Let's just say around our age.
Don't be making me older now. Come on. My back says I'm old enough.
He went to Cornell, Bri.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Gives him the upper hand.
All right, he started out
Ivy
with
League guy.
Redskins. Well, back when they were the Redskins, he started out with the Redskins. Went to UCLA, New Mexico State. Then he spent with the Jags, Niners, Jets, and then the Atlanta Falcons as the defensive pass game coordinator. So he's done a lot of, assistant defensive back coach for the Jags, linebackers coach for the Jets, passing game coordinator for New Mexico State. So he's an up-and-comer, Bri. He's getting his first shot at a defensive coordinator job, and guess what? He's got a pretty damn good defense to start out with. Most people don't get that, so hopefully he can keep it rolling. Bri, other news that have come out, no more Wyatt Teller. Teller is gone. Njoku is gone. Bitonio is still mulling over retirement. Bri, thoughts on Teller and saying goodbye? We put out a nice little tweet on our Network 216 channel saying, hey, thank you for the time here. Greatly appreciated. I'll tell you what, for a Dorsey trade to get him in here, and he was a stalwart for your offensive line for, Pro Bowler too. Nobody even knew this guy, who he was, and ended up being a Pro Bowl guard for you for multiple years. So, Brian, thoughts on Wyatt Teller bouncing out?
Yeah, I don't know if I really understand it, to be honest. I don't know why it's just been a foregone conclusion for the last few months that Wyatt Teller was gone. I thought you're going to have a crazy amount of turnover on your offensive line, and he would have provided some continuity. But for whatever reason, whether it was his call, whether it was the Browns' call, I don't understand why the two sides didn't even try to make it work. I don't know if it's a money issue for the Browns not wanting to pay a guard that much. I know some people seem to have thought his play has declined for the last year and a half. But I still think he would be better than anything else we're going to bring in for next year. So I would have liked to see him be brought back. I know there was some issues between Stefanski and Teller this season. I don't know if those continue to Andrew Berry. Maybe there was some sort of strife between Teller and Andrew Berry, and that's why Andrew's just like, it's time to move on. I don't know if Wyatt Teller secretly, it sounds like he loves Cleveland, sounds like he loves the Browns, he loves his franchise, he loves the city. I don't know if he thought it was just maybe time because his years are getting low to maybe try to go play on a winner and improve his situation there. I don't know. A lot of unknowns. I just don't feels like we've been coming to this conclusion for a while, at least the second half of the season, but I just don't understand why, the Browns and Teller didn't try to work it out.
Yeah, and you saw it towards the end when he mysteriously was, splitting time with somebody named, it was Tevin Jenkins, wasn't it? He was splitting time with there towards the end.
I can't remember if it was him or Zinter. I mean, there was an injury as well in there, so that kind of muddied the waters.
Well, there was also a game where he was coming in for a couple plays and then going out, and they were bringing in another right guard. So it just seems to me that it sounds like this is on the Brown side and not on the Teller side. And they're kind of wanting to get younger at the offensive line, which bodes well for, I guess, what they think of Jenkins and Zinter, even though 95% of this year Zinter was a healthy scratch, which was kind of comical for me. You're drafting a guy where you drafted him, and he's been a healthy scratch all year. But Brian, it seems like a complete overhaul for this offensive line, and I don't know how much you're going to get in the draft for it. A lot of people are speculating all offensive draft, which I'm kind of expecting too. Tackles flying off the board, but do you explore some free agency and try to get at least a veteran in here on this offensive line?
I think you absolutely have to. I think it's, and I guess Andrew Berry in his press conference today at the Combine mentioned about how they admire what the Bears did last year because they had to completely overhaul their offensive line, and they did it pretty well. Their offensive line played pretty decently. They had the best offensive lineman this year in the NFL who won that award. Joe Tui. And so I think maybe they try to do that a little bit to where now, again, the Browns are strapped for cash. So they can't go out and get like a Tyler Linderbaum or whoever the top offensive lineman in free agency is and pay him $25 million. But, but they're probably going to bring in, they have, we still have Whippler, we still have Zinter, and we still have DeJuan Jones. And so those are guys that we have made investments in. And I think you would, especially in this situation, you owe it to yourself to see if you have anything in those guys. Not to say that you just hand them a starting job, but they should at least compete for it. And I think you bring in, maybe 3 or 4 veterans that, maybe a couple of them you pay a little bit of money to, and then a couple of them that have just been bouncing around the league. And then you draft, maybe 2 guys in the top with your top 5 picks, 2 offensive linemen with your top 5 picks. I don't think it's going to be crazy. I really don't, knowing Andrew Berry and knowing how he likes to go against the grain, I don't think it's going to be, I think there's going to be surprises in the draft. I think just pencil in an offensive lineman and a receiver in the first round. I would put my money against that. If I had to bet right now, I would say we do not get an offensive lineman and a wide receiver with our first 2 picks. But certainly I would hope he's smart enough to do it with your first 3 picks, because you still have 3 in the top 40. But yeah, so I think it's going to come from all over the place. They're going to try a bunch of different things. Right now, you have nobody to pencil in as a starter, unless Joel Bitonio comes back, which, that's still kind of up in the air. Honestly, I said it last year. We all said it last year. I don't know why he would want to come back to this mess. But if you love the game and you love the city and you love the locker room, I'm not going to tell him not to. I just feel bad that he's putting his body on the line. He was our most healthy offensive lineman last year, but his body's just taking a beating, and for what? For 4 or 5 wins?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, hopefully they can figure out something with him, and maybe he sticks around for 1 year for a farewell song, or maybe they do right by him like they didn't do Joe Thomas and everything else, and kind of be like, hey, here's what we're going to do. You're still technically, under contract. We'll figure something out. But if you want to go somewhere else and try to get on a winning team, I mean, you can't fault the guy for wanting to explore his options, especially when you're at that, what is he, 12 years in now? Especially at that point in time, that many years in the NFL, and the only thing that you've won is 1 playoff game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you feel bad for him, but he's going to go down as a Browns all-timer. And it sucks to say that I think being in Cleveland kind of hurt his Hall of Fame chances, but he's borderline Hall of Fame. So it's going to be sad to see him go if he does, but we still got plenty of time. And I'm looking over like the free agents here for, there's really nobody that comes out. I mean, Cam Robinson's one here. Do you really want Cam Robinson back?
He doesn't do anything for me, no.
So, and everybody else that's on here is just Jonah Williams is on here, right tackle for Arizona. Josh Jones for right tackle for Seattle. So Elijah Vera Tucker, that piqued your interest there, Bri?
I mean, he's a name, former first-round pick. I can't say I know if he's an adequate starter, above average or below average. Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, I guess he's a veteran, so I'm sure he'll be commanding at least $8 million would be my guess. Tevin Jenkins, if you can get him on a deal, I would bring him back. I still believe in his talent. I think he could be one of our best offensive linemen.
Well, Brian, it is Combine week. Everybody is there. Let me see. We had one of our close friends actually get to ask Andrew Berry a question. Sleeveless Mike from the Raw Dog Sports Network got to fire off a thick and juicy question about DeJuan Jones and how they're going to attack the offensive line this year. So if you guys want to go check that out, look out for Mike, Sleeveless Mike on Facebook, and I think he put it on his Instagram, or check out Raw Dog Sports. But yeah, he's there. He was able to get Andrew Berry to point at him, and he was able to ask Andrew Berry a question and ask how DeJuan Jones was coming along and how he's going to revamp this offensive line. So it was a pretty good question from him. So go check him out. Brian, what are you looking forward to see for the Combine? This glorified workout, this glorified gym workout that everybody pines over. I mean, are we going to see a 40? Let's make a bet. Are we going to see a 40-yard dash record breaking?
No, I mean, I don't know the guys who are running, but I haven't heard of anybody who might threaten it.
Okay, are we going to see somebody lose their shorts and possibly a member come out of the pants?
That's why you watch, right?
All right. Are we going to see any quarterback throw the ball at this Combine?
It sounds, as far as I know, everyone not named Mendoza is throwing if you're healthy. So I mean, there is some intrigue there because we know these. If you're a Browns fan, you've been looking to this draft. You know these names.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Drew Aller. You know the Garrett Nussmeier. You know the Cade Klubnik. You know these names, Ty Simpson, the guys that have, at one point have first round potential. So, you know, just because they had one bad year or one subpar year, that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll never be good again ever. So, yeah, see what kind of prospects they are.
All right, so Bright, obviously offensive line and wide receiver must needs in this draft. Is there a sneaky one that you're looking at also in this draft, a position that you're kind of looking at?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a specific one. Like those are the two glaring needs, obviously. And you know, we're still going to be looking for a second tight end at some point, but I would expect them to go the route of you know, a Jordan Akins or a veteran like that Andrew Berry likes, that, you know, fans won't really be getting excited about. But yeah, I think at this point you really need to start locking in on the first round picks. And what do we do? It's easy to lock in kind of with our first round pick at number 6 because you really want to get a top 6 player. And so you really need to be focused on, you know, 7 or 8 guys. And so, you know, Mendoza is out of there. There's probably a couple other guys that you could probably cross off in pencil. But yeah, as far as I know, it seems like there's 2 offensive tackles in Fano and what was the other guy? Maui Noah
Mm-hmm.
from Miami. So those 2 guys are kind of like 2 guys jockeying for the top offensive tackle position, and most likely one of them will be gone, if not 2 of them will be gone. So you might just be, if you want to go offensive tackle, you might be stuck with whoever's left for you. But does somebody else separate and come up and get in those guys' level? You know, maybe there's a top 3 instead of a top 2. So you're going to be paying attention to that. Is there some separation there? Does somebody kind of come up and make you think of taking them at 6? And then also the wide receivers. You know, from my understanding, from what I've heard, it sounds like there's a big 3 with Carnell Tate and Lemon and Jordan Tyson. But I think Jordan Tyson's stock is maybe slipping a little bit. So, you know, this is where we can kind of see, okay, does anybody separate? Is Carnell Tate the beyond shadow of doubt number 1 receiver? And so if he is, and he's there at 6, then you just take him, and it's a no-brainer. But is there, you know, like I said before, Andrew Berry's just so unpredictable. You know, even if Carnell Tate is the unquestioned number 1 guy, and we might take Lemon. He might like Lemon's something better, you know, the Wonderlic score or whatever. You might like that better than Carnell. So you just don't know, but it would be nice to have some sort of separation between, you know, these are the top tier offensive tackles and these are the top tier wide receivers. So we need to get one of that group or one of this group. And it could go the other way too, to where Fano, Maui Noah, they just really don't impress at all. And now nobody's worthy of that 6th overall pick. So, you know, then we can talk about trade downs. We got months to talk about that. And if you do, who's available there. But yeah, it's something that if you're a football fan, it's something to get your juices going in February. And, you know, just hear about this discussion, even though at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because nobody's even playing football. They're just running and lifting and catching passes against air.
Yeah, it's just something for us to watch and bide time till MLB season starts and NBA playoffs start. Speaking of MLB, Bri, we got Mike Voorhees in here in the comments. He said that he's wanting to bet us that the Browns trade out of 6.
It's possible, and that could be the best thing for him. I know fans don't want to hear that, but from what I know, there's no Joe Thomas in this draft that we can draft. There's no sure thing wide receiver Jamar Chase in this draft. So just trade back, pick up some more picks, and still get a top tier guy at 10 or 12.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll be talking more about the Browns and the Combine next week. We'll talk more. We'll get more into the Browns draft next week. Bri, switching over to baseball. Spring training has started, Bri, and the Guardians have acquired a right-handed bat, Bri, and I can't believe it.
Do I know his name? Do you think I've ever heard of this guy's name before?
I doubt it. Because he played. I think he played for Milwaukee last year. Yes.
Okay.
He played for Milwaukee last year.
Milwaukee's pretty good.
He is 32 years old. He is 6'3", carries a big bat. His name is Royce Hoskins.
Royce Hoskins?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have his numbers pulled up here?
Stats last year.
Even though he was injured.
Even though he was injured last year, he played. I don't even know. He didn't even have 300 at bats, but he hit 237, had I think 12 home runs, 12 home runs and 43 RBIs or something like that. So
237, 12 home runs. Yeah,
but he only played.
Sounds like a Guardian. So what did we give up here? I'm guessing
we didn't get any
bag of balls.
Anything.
We just signed him.
Yeah, we just signed him. He was a free agent.
So we got to sign him.
I know, right?
That's something to celebrate.
He has been injury prone the last couple years. So sounds like a Cleveland Guardian already. I feel like this is Major League. And it's like Willie Mays Hayes is like, that guy's not on the list. That guy's not on the list. Who's this guy? But as Mike says, he has the ability to hit anywhere between 25 and 30 home runs if he's healthy. So it gives us a little bit more pop back there. So all we got to do is keep him healthy, Bri. That should be easy to do, right? Here in Cleveland.
Well, the sad thing about baseball, and maybe it's just a Guardians thing, I feel like 237 is about average. Like you hear a guy hitting 237, you're like, okay, that's not the worst on the team. He's not terrible. Like,
how many home runs does he have?
Like, I just, my reference still is the 90s, the steroid era, where if you hit under 270, you were a chump.
Yeah.
Now we're like 237. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's just crazy.
And Mike said we got him super cheap, so that's always a bonus.
Oh, I bet. Well, it's the Dolan, so
yeah. Mike said nobody pays.
You get everything super cheap.
He said nobody pays attention to batting average anymore. It's WRC
launch angles, WAR, exit velocity, all the things I'm not in tune with in baseball. Yes, Mike would be far better to break that stuff down than I would.
The little tiny hairs that come off the laces when you hit it just right, the speed of those things. Yeah, that's why I brought up the trivia I did. Mike, stick around because I want you to see if you can answer the trivia that I got for later on tonight. All right, but spring training is going in. Guards are playing down there in Arizona. That means one thing, Bri. Spring's getting closer, bud. We got teased with it last week. Got a couple 60s last week. Came back to normal today, but one team that is getting hot, Cleveland Cavaliers, Bri. Hot. They lost last Sunday to the Oklahoma City Thunder in a day game, but that was 3 games in 91 hours. So what a time that is. But they're playing right now against the New York Knicks. They got another game coming up with the Detroit Pistons this week. So it is going to be a busy week for the Cavaliers. Bri, what have your thoughts on the Cavaliers so far after this All-Star break and the stretch that they're on? And Bri, I asked Zach Weiss, is this Eastern Conference Finals or bust?
Well, I think the East is getting tougher. With the talks of Tatum coming back. I think if they can get 80% of Tatum, they pole vault past you. As far as my mind, now all this stuff that I'm going to say doesn't mean that the Cavs have a 0% chance. Doesn't mean the Cavs have a 20% chance at beating some of these teams. Yeah, you have a chance. I'm just going to say you're not going to be favored. And I think this stretch coming up over the next 6 to 10 days, where we play Detroit twice, we play the Knicks, we play the Celtics, and do we play the Spurs? Maybe.
I think. Check that math.
So we really have a difficult schedule coming up, and so I will be very interested. A lot of people will say, well, I'm not losing my my shit over the Cavs just losing to Oklahoma City. But I'm like, at the same time, that kind of frustrates me because at what point do you start to care about any regular season games? And I've been the guy who said, well, wake me up in April. But at some point, like, you have to start beating. I feel like they're almost like the Guardians, that what the Guards have done in years past, where you beat up on all the crappy teams and then you start to play like the elite top 5 and you just can't beat them. And it's not like we're losing by 2 or 3. And now I know, and I gave them props when they beat a couple weeks ago when they beat Denver on the road. I thought that was probably going to be a top 5 win for the Cavs this year. But yeah, I mean, they don't have the reigning MVP on their team, and they still beat you. Like, shouldn't I care about that? It's not like Donovan Mitchell was sitting down and so we cut off our big toe, they cut off their big toe, and then we just go at it. No, we were pretty much at full strength, and I know it's going to take time for these guys to mesh. And so that's why I'm not freaking out, because they can. The exciting part is they can get better. But yeah, I think these next 6, 7, 8 games are going to tell a lot. Because again, what do we see? Chet Holmgren, the 7-foot, 200-pound kid, is out muscling you and out physicaling Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, and it's just time and time again. Until they prove me different, this is who they are. And I know we got tougher by having James Harden as opposed to Darius Garland. Okay, when are we going to get tougher in the post? Because Hardenstein is going to just eat Jared Allen for breakfast, and that's why when he scores 40 points against the Trailblazers and grabs 16 boards against the Kings, like, we play so many teams that are just tanking, that aren't even trying. Jared Allen just cleans up against those guys, but he ever plays anybody who's going to push back just a little bit, him and Evan Mobley, I have no confidence in those guys in big moments.
No, and I understand that, Brian, especially when Mitchell Robinson got brought back tonight just for this game for the Knicks. So,
and how do you think that's going to happen? Yeah. How do you think that's going to work out? Does Jared Allen have a chance in hell?
No,
I wouldn't say
he doesn't.
so.
No. So you're talking about the stretch. So tonight they're playing the Knicks. Right now they're up 23-19, and they're wearing the orange cream sickles tonight. So
and we're at home, right?
Yes, we're at home. And
so
then tomorrow
we should win. We're favored to win. We should win this game.
So tomorrow we are at Milwaukee. Then we are at Detroit. Then we're at Brooklyn, and then we get Detroit back home, and then we get the Celtics, Sixers, and the Magic. Yeah, definitely a tough stretch for these next handful. Sure. And then even after that, the Mavericks.
Yeah, they kind of suck, but they got Cooper Flag.
Yeah, so
he's good.
It's going to be a tough stretch for them, especially this week and maybe next week. So, we got breaking news from Adam Schefter. Bri, Drew Aller has fully recovered from his ankle injury.
Okay.
Number 6.
Hopefully he. Well, the funny thing is,
number 6.
There's a chance. I remember I read an article after the draft. This was that said the Browns were enamored with him, and like they may have taken him number 2 overall if he came out last year. And so, just to think, I mean, your heart breaks for him a little bit because he chose to go back to Penn State because they had a chance at winning a national title. They were ranked number 2 to start out the year, and it just couldn't have gone any worse for him. So it's wild. That's why, somebody like Ty Simpson coming out this year, you understand, you gotta, if you're even being talked about going in the first round, you almost have to really think hard about it because you have one bad season, as we're seeing with all these other guys, Klubnik, Nussmeier, and what could happen to Dante Moore next year. He was going to be the number 2 overall pick this year. What if he goes out and doesn't look good for 4 games and then he breaks his ankle? Now he's a 3rd, 4th rounder. So it's just wild how big that decision is. And so, yeah, he could end up being a steal because we all know James Franklin doesn't know how to coach quarterbacks, or he could just be a guy who, we don't hear from again other than a couple of mop-up duty or spot starts here or there. But, being a Medina kid, I'm going to root for him, and he has the correct attitude, he has the size, and he has the arm strength to play in the NFL. It's up to somebody to develop him.
Yeah, and Mike Voorhees, our MLB Guards cast, and he does 330 Sports Go. He does a whole bunch of high school games too, Bri. So one of the best high school quarterbacks he's ever seen said the kid can sling the ball. And then we got Matt from Slosh Sports Talk said Deep Podesta wanted him. And he did say, he goes, he's definitely truly amazing in high school. He was. And plus, Bri, I think the thing that scares me about him, though, Bri, is I start thinking back and, granted, like they said, they were wanting to take him. I just think back at, remember Christian Hackenberg?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, they put him in the second coming of like Andrew Luck. And then that guy just, he got ruined at Penn State and then got ruined in the pros.
He went to Penn State and then the Jets. I mean, not exactly known for developing quarterbacks. I don't know if it could have gone anywhere. That just goes to show you, like, so much of this has to do with the teams that you go to, the coaches that you go to, the organizations that you go to. Like, you really have to be careful. Like, what's the difference between Christian Hackenberg and Pat Mahomes? You probably say good coaching.
Let's see here. Jets ruined Hackenberg. I'd use a 5th rounder on him since we have so many. I mean, so Matt does our mock draft shows on Network 216, Bri.
Oh, nice.
And I think it's a coin flip between Carson Beck and Drew Aller at 6. I think that should be the play for the Cleveland Browns. And if you can't get them at 6, get them at 24. So pick one at 6, pick one at 24, and I think we'll be fine as long as it's not 22. If we get to 22nd pick somehow and we trade up to get to 22nd pick, I'm probably going to burn something down.
That's not a good omen.
No, 22 is not good for us.
So Aller is the type of guy to where he can improve his draft stock a heck of a lot over the next couple months. I don't think he'll be I don't think he'll be a 1st round pick, but I would say somebody will fall in love with his potential and just think like we think, like James Franklin just ruined him.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if he went in like the 3rd or the 4th round. I wouldn't be totally shocked if he went at the end of the 2nd, just because,
somebody's going to take a flyer on him.
Well, there's Mendoza, and then there's Ty Simpson. I don't know who the 3rd best quarterback in this draft is. Like, I haven't gotten too deep into it, but a guy like that who's played on a big stage and has the physical tools and has good attitude, I could see somebody being like, okay, let's try him. A team like shoot, I don't know, like a good team that's not total, like the Houston Texans or something, like at the end of the second round, to where they think C.J. Stroud is the guy, but he's really struggled as of late, so he could be like a backup plan. Let's develop this guy, and just in case we might have found something. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It could go either way. He could be a total non-factor, or he could turn into a starter in the NFL.
Yeah, we're about to find out. It'd be good for a Northern Ohio kid. I mean, we've already had one. Mitchie got it.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's
yeah. There's not many.
No.
Brian Hoyer. What other? Of course, Bernie. Bernie's
Youngstown, though. Does that really count?
Yeah, I mean, certainly when he did what he did to come to the Browns,
he
ingratiated himself to this region. So I would probably consider him, Northeast Ohio. But there's not what else? How many other guys?
There's
trying to think who's other than Bernie. Give me a great quarterback to come out of this region.
All right,
there's got to be some. We might have to put it out to the internet here.
Put it out to the masses. Come out with them.
Yeah, Troy Smith. Great college quarterback, but didn't do a ton in the NFL.
No, I can't think of any. All right, so we're going to put the crack team in the comments. Everybody in the comments, chime in. The best one. Why doesn't Boardman count, Fatty?
Well, if you see, I go off of when it pops up on the news for the weather alerts. I believe they include Youngstown in Northeast Ohio.
Okay,
that's what I go off.
I mean, I'm just curious because it's isn't it halfway between us and Pittsburgh?
Oh, it's right on the Pennsylvania border.
Yeah, so it's but
it's in Ohio. But there's a lot of Steelers fans over there.
Oh,
God, Bernie wasn't one.
Oh,
and Greco, John Greco's from Boardman too.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
Toledo zone.
Teach me wrong. I don't know where Northeast Ohio ends and where it begins. I mean, is Columbus part of Northeast Ohio now, or the Buckeyes part of Northeast Ohio?
They're not.
Okay,
it might go down to Mansfield.
Does it go down to Marion? No,
that's pretty far west. I think Mansfield, and then up to Sandusky.
Okay.
I think is and then obviously over to the state line.
So pretty much Put-in Bay all the way over to Ashtabula
to the state line. Yeah.
Cleveland down to
Mansfield, I would say.
Millersburg?
Could be. Millersburg, probably close.
Worcester? Is that where we're going to
Worcester? No, Worcester's in Northeast Ohio.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. We'll carve out the parameters later. Bri, my friend, are you ready to get nuts?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get nuts.
And now, it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
All right, Brian, it is Fat Boy Tuesday. We missed Fat Tuesday last week. Punchkis were all around. What did you give up for Lent this year, Bri?
I've given up fast food, any food from a gas station, convenience store food, and I've given up sweets for the first time. So see how it goes. One weekend, it's gone pretty good.
You don't have the jitters yet? You're not getting the shakes?
No, I've been pretty good. Now, there's always some when you say giving up sweets, there's some discrepancy.
Okay, so you're finding loopholes. You're finding
loopholes. I'm not finding loopholes, but I had a little muffin that was kind of almost a strudel. My wife had a party of maybe 15 or 20 people over on Saturday afternoon, so they had little finger foods and stuff, and so. Yeah, there's a little muffin. It was kind of like a strudel I had that. I didn't really think about it, but then I was like, later, could that have been a sweet?
Eh,
Maybe sweets is too broad. Maybe I should say like desserts. Like desserts for sure. No cookies, pies, cakes, ice cream. I would include donuts in that.
wow.
Any like
Right.
Little Debbie stuff.
Bri, I mean, I got an oatmeal cream pie waiting for
Yeah,
me downstairs.
No, not me.
All right. All right. Well, I hope you do good on it, bud.
Yep. So
That's
far,
a
so
tall
good.
task. That's a tall
And
task. because I remember.
no alcohol.
Shut up. You're doing this again?
Yeah, my post NFL sobriety for a month. Dry, whatever you want to call it, till
Dry
probably
till the
about
NFL draft?
no, it'll be March Madness, so it'll probably be around St. Patty's Day.
Okay. God, I love you.
Reset the system.
You are a unicorn, Bri. I am telling you right now, you are a unicorn.
Once in a while, I have to prove to myself that I'm not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like I can survive without alcohol. Like I'm not dependent on it, so I got to prove it to myself once a year, once every 2 years.
All right, so you're giving up sweets. You know, I still think back to the days when you like gave up pizza, but you still did breadsticks, which you found a loophole in that one.
That was a good one. That was good. I wasn't that bold this year. I didn't give up pizza. I didn't give up burgers, but no fast food. So that'll be a little.
Well, that means you're giving up burgers.
I can, if we usually go out to dinner once a week. So if we go out to dinner once a week,
so going out to dinner
I can get a burger. Well, it's not fast food.
Okay.
I didn't say I'm giving up all restaurants. But yeah, no French fries, no potato chips or anything. So I got to get creative with my sides.
Chris said, I was wondering why you were tipping back that bottle, the water bottle that is. That's vodka in there. Don't let it fool you.
Pretty sad.
Vodka in there.
That was all vodka. I'd be tanked.
All right, Brian. So the reason why I kind of picked nuts tonight, Brian, is they have come out with so many different flavors of everything. And I kind of wanted your take on it because, they have these pistachios. They have like the, oh my God, the almonds with the jalapeno, the blue diamond almonds.
Oh, yeah.
Cracked pepper and stuff like that. So I just wanted to get your take. Like, what is your favorite nut? And like, if you had a go-to that you like to go to all the time.
I would say the go-to is dry roasted peanuts. I don't think there's anything better than that. But the older I get more into almonds. You mentioned the Blue Diamond. Yeah, those are fantastic. We get them. We always seem to have a bag of those in the house, even though they're huge and they're expensive. The last couple kinds we've had, I've had the wasabi. The wasabi's not bad.
Yeah, I love
wasabi. So you've had those too. That's very good. We've recently got, I think Sam's Club had like a white cheddar that was pretty good. I just finished those off maybe last week. And then we also have a bag now. I think my wife got me a bag for like Christmas of some sort, maybe habanero barbecue. I don't know if you've seen that. I think it's something similar to that, where a little sweet, little hot, but not crazy hot or anything like that. Like, doesn't give me the hiccups or anything. So those are awesome. I've also had Planters makes like I don't know what they call it. It's like a sweet and spicy nut, to where it's like almost like a honey roasted, but not that sweet, but also packs a little heat with it. So those are really good. And then the pistachios, the different flavored pistachios are always a hit. But again, you get a tiny little bag for like $10.
All right. So I'm looking up the Blue Diamond almonds because the only reason why I like those, they're quick and handy. You can find them at any gas station. So they have the Smokehouse, roasted and salted.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Lightly salted habanero barbecue, which you were talking about.
That's what I got.
Let's see here. The wasabi and soy sauce. They got roasted coconut. I don't know about that. Ooh, sriracha. That'd be a good one. And then salt and vinegar. That'd be a good one too.
I think I've had those. Those are good. Yeah, those are very good.
I mean, I love the new flavor. I love the smokehouse. The smokehouse ones I really do enjoy. And I'm getting texts from the people in the cash. We have Mike on here. Mike and James in here now saying cashews, 100%. Cashews are amazing. Mm-hmm. I like the honey roasted peanuts, Bri.
Sure.
Bri, I'm not going to lie. I like to kick it old school. Give me that peanut shell. Give me a ballpark peanut, man. And just kick it old school with that. Now, remember, we had Juice on here. And we were talking to Juice about them putting freaking peanuts in Coke.
Oh, right. Yeah. What did they say? Have you ever tried that?
I haven't. And then they do huge. Boiled peanuts down south.
Yeah. They do. You can go to, if you go to the right convenience store, they have them around here. They're like in these little kettles. Yeah, I haven't even looked or thought about getting it, but yeah, you can get them here, certain places.
Now, growing up for me, it was always black walnuts. Walnuts were huge for us. God, my dad and pecans. Forgot about pecans.
Mm-hmm.
The one I like, like we talk about it, but we always talk about like the trail mix with like the mixed nuts, where you get a little bit of everything. And I love like the Brazil nuts. Those are amazing too.
Oh yeah, like the size of your thumb.
Oh heck yeah. Oh yeah, they're great.
What's the what's the nickname for them? What do they call those?
I am not about to say that on here.
That's probably smart. Sorry, I was trying to catch you because I'm the sober one here. I didn't know.
Yeah, you're trying to get us canceled, is what you're trying to do here, buddy.
You'll get canceled. Yeah, it'd be great.
Ask the question, huh? Yeah.
I would have stopped you before you got there.
Are you sure? Because I don't think you would have right now. Mike said these nuts.
Nice.
I think there is a new flavor of peanut too that is out. But honey roasted is always my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Ooh, here we go. All right. So we got stop it. I want to read it. So they got, here we go. Found a Whitley's Peanut Factory. I don't know where this is at, but we are going to start going here, Bri.
Mm-hmm.
Hot jalapeno ranch, salt and ground pepper, Krabby cheesecake bay seasoning, smoky habanero chili lime, honey roasted, hot honey, sweet and savory barbecue, and salt and vinegar. These are all the peanut flavors they have.
Okay.
That's not bad, dude.
Yeah, sounds delicious. Yeah, you're making me hungry over here.
Well, I'm hungry.
Yeah, they have them at the stores. At grocery stores, they have like these little canisters. I forget who makes them, but yeah, they have like ranch or dill pickle ones or salt and vinegar ones. I've had them before. They're pretty good.
Well, here's Planters. Planters has got a chili lime, smoked, hot chipotle. That sounds good. And salted caramel.
Huh. Couldn't be bad.
And Chris is trying. Brazil nuts are not actually a nut. I don't give a shit. They taste good.
Yeah, what are they then?
I don't know what they are.
Lagoon.
All right, so now we're on nuts. We're going to switch over real quick, Bri. Peanut M&Ms. Are they the number one?
Absolutely. M&M? Yep, agreed.
Okay.
As much as I love the peanut butter, I'd still go peanut. Yep.
Now, are you all right? Now we're going to get in peanut butter. Your top peanut butter, because we are a Jif household.
Oh yeah, I'm contractually obligated. I gotta say Jif.
You got to say Jif. Now, do you like the crunchy peanut butter?
100%. That's where my wife and I get in our biggest arguments. She likes creamy. I like crunchy. So it doesn't usually end well for me. We usually get creamy, and once in a while, if we have peanuts, I'll put like the peanuts on top of my peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Now, you are not a grape jelly guy, right?
Strawberry. I'll do grape. Strawberry's preferred.
All right. I'm looking at all the hot and spicy peanuts now. I'm getting all excited.
Oh, yeah. Those are the ones I said I had. Yeah. Cavs, just saw Cavs score. We're up, I think 12 maybe.
Oh my God, Cass, first quarter on. Let's take a look. See, let's take
Dean
a look.
Wade,
See.
9 points.
All right, 38-28. Nice.
Okay, so up 10 now.
Nice. Who's leading the Cavs? Dean Wade, 9 points. Mitchell, 9 points. Harden, 7. Mobley, 5. Allen, 6. Tyson, 2. And that's what we got. Dean Wade, 3 of 4 from 3-point line. It's about time he did something.
That's what's good. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk as we get closer to the postseason. They're gonna have a tough time whittling down this rotation. I was just thinking about it the other day. We have a lot of guards, a lot of guys, especially if Strus comes back. A lot of guys 6'6" and smaller that who gets the playing time there, and then
I know that's what we were talking about.
Allen and Mobley, and then who else is Dean Wade? You almost have to play Dean Wade unless you want to play Nance. I don't know what the deal is with Larry Nance Jr.
Don't forget about Bryant. Bryant's still on the team, Brian.
I like him, but yeah, hopefully he can pass Wade, but he hasn't, as far as I know.
All right, Brian, you ready to answer our trivia from City Dogs Cleveland?
Let's do it.
With Mike Voorhees still here. The only switch hitter to win the Triple Crown is?
Well, my initial thought was Hank Aaron, but I think he was too late for that. I think he was in the 70s. So my next question is it a Yankee?
It is a New York Yankee.
I know. So I had 2 names written down. The 2 names I had was you had to hold me down for one, I would say DiMaggio, but the other one I thought of was Mickey Mantle.
It is Mickey Mantle, 1956. He is the only switch hitter. Think about that, Brian. 1956, 52 home runs, 130 RBIs, and 350 batting average. I think I know what it is. There was no little spider tack on the baseball back then. They couldn't doctor the ball.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. Plus, I'm pretty sure all those guys didn't know how to throw a curveball back then. So it was just straight pitches.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would have raked up back then.
I think so. Hey, look at Babe Ruth. What was so special about that guy?
He was fat, and he could hit the ball far. He didn't even run all the bases, right? He had a kid finish out the home run. He just walked the first and then let the kid finish for him.
Diet consisted of beer and hot dogs, and he was the best athlete we ever seen.
Which is amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing.
No TB12 back then.
Oh, man. All right. Let's get our top 3 and we'll close out the show, Bri. All right, Bri. Top 3 tonight. And I watched the new All-Star format, which I kind of liked. I'm not going to lie. It was 12-minute games, whatever. You had a whole bunch of people. You had the world versus the old versus the young or whatever the hell it was. But, Brian, I wanted your input on top 3 changes you would make to the NBA right now. And whether it be, personnel-wise, how they handle stuff that way, whether it would be calls on the court, whether it be front office stuff, like tanking or anything like that. Give me your 3 results, or top 3 of what you think would change the NBA. Do you want me to go first?
No, I'll go first, just because you were talking about it at first, and you were talking about the All-Star game, and so I kind of changes. No, it's not your fault. My mind went to the All-Star game or the All-Star weekend. How can we, make the All-Star weekend better? And so I think outside of that, the number one issue with the NBA is tanking. The season's too long, but they're not going to make the season shorter because it cuts into revenue. So they're never going to do that. You need to make the season shorter. And then tanking is an issue. I've yet to hear somebody give me a good way to fix tanking. And to be honest, I don't have a good idea myself. But once you do find a good way to fix tanking, I think you should absolutely follow that. But I don't think there's a great way to do it. But getting back to my top 3 ways to fix All-Star Weekend. Number 3, All-Star Celebrity Game. Get actual celebrities. There's got to be a way to incentivize people that I've actually heard of. I think I watched a little bit this year, and it's a bunch of streamers that maybe it's just me being super old. I've never heard of these kids that play video games or Instagram models or whatever. I don't know who they are, what they do. They kind of sucked. So get actual celebrities. I think back to our childhood, the Rock and Jock. How awesome was that? If you can recreate that somehow, I would actually watch it. Number 2, I think they did have success with this year's All-Star setup, into where the guys actually cared and they played, and it was a better product. But there were how many games? 4 or 5 different games.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one game. Give me one game. Find a way to make them care about one game. I like the idea of the U.S. versus the world, but let them care about one game. I don't want to have to go through a round robin like I'm at a basketball tournament when I was in 7th grade or something like that and watch it all day. So give me one game so I can watch it for 2 hours, be done with it. And then number 1, you got to fix the dunk contest. And the only way I can think of doing that is because I watched like a recap this year. I didn't waste my time watching the whole thing, but it was like a 5 or 10 minute recap of you got to just make it like an open competition. Open it up to I want to see the best dunkers in the world for that day. I don't care if they don't play in the NBA. Yeah, just making an open competition. If NBA guys are good enough to be in it, then great. But like, there's guys out there on YouTube and whatnot that are doing unbelievable dunks, and I know they get 50 chances to do it, but they're just so much more creative. I'm watching these guys get scores of 48s and 49s, and I'm just like not impressed a little bit, even though certainly they can do many, many more great athletic achievements than I can or ever even dream of. But I've just seen it before. There's nothing exciting about it. So give me the best in the world.
No, and Bri, we're going to get into this. Now, I switched mine to the All-Star now because you did all.
You can do mix in, or you can give me quickly your other lists. And
so quickly, the other one is tanking. Okay.
Sure.
Also, bring back hand checking on defense.
Okay.
If the offense can drop elbows and do all this other stuff and kind of dive into you and all this stuff, bring back hand checking. Hand checking.
That's a good one.
And then also, my other one was, if you're going to flop, that's no more flopping. No more
like that.
None of that stuff. If you're going to flop, that's technical foul, and it can be reviewed.
Sure.
And so I agree with you on the slam dunk. Slam dunk would be my number 1. You have to change the slam dunk contest. Have to, Brian. It was god awful.
How great was the 3-point contest? Because you have big stars in there, and then you go to the dunk contest, and it's a bunch of dudes you never heard of, which I understand. That kind of goes against what I was just saying, but I have to be intrigued a little bit. Anthony Edwards in there, LeBron, when he was at the height of his powers, he would have done unbelievable things.
I mean, it used to be a superstar thing. I mean, it used to be Richard Jefferson. It used to be, all
MJ,
the best
Dominique, Vince Carter. That was when it was at its best.
And now the stars are like, nah, I don't want to do it. Well, if that's the case,
I love
what you're predicting. Bring the best in the world. Go out.
Yeah, or have a mix of NBA superstars and the best in the world. But they wouldn't do it because their egos would get bruised because the other guys would outdunk them.
Well, it's a dunk. It's not like they can outplay them at basketball.
Right. It's like long drive guys in golf.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather watch.
Except for Bryson DeChambeau.
Well, yeah, and even Rory can smack it. But I'd rather watch long drive guys hit drives than I would Tommy Fleetwood. So it's a spectacle. Let me see the best in the world do it.
And the other thing, 3-point contest, I love it. 3-point contest will always stick around. I think that's one of the best things, especially now that's what the NBA is. The other thing, Bri, if you're going to do a celebrity, like you said, bring celebrities, kick it old school. You remember the Rock and Jock where they had like a 50-point?
I brought it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Way up high. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ball basket. Or the 8-point shot or something.
Yeah. Or you got the half court as 100 points or something. Like, figure something out. But my big thing about the All-Star game, Brian, is like nobody really plays because it's an All-Star game, and I get it. But you're trying to showcase your best. So if you're going to showcase your best, Brian, here is my plan to showcase your best. All right? You know how we always have the first team NBA, the second team NBA, all this stuff? Let's kick it old school a little bit. Let's get the old Bucks. You got Dame Lillard, LeBron. Is Luka in the old Buck range now, or is he out of that old Buck range?
No, he's still young enough.
Okay, so get some of the old Bucks, that have been here around, that used to be or still are the face of the NBA, and get the up-and-comers to go after each other. Ant-Man.
That's what they did this year.
Well, they sort of did it.
They had, like, the stars. The USA team was, like, the stars and the stripes, and one was like old dudes, and the one was
young. But then they had the world. I'm saying bring everybody
together.
And even if you want to, Bri, it doesn't have to be a full 5-on-5 or whatever. Make it a 3-on-3. Let them go at it.
Oh yeah. We should have mentioned this much earlier. You talking about 3-on-3? How great was the hockey? The USA hockey.
Yeah.
That's why I got the USA. Unfortunately, I watched the first two periods and then had to go to church. But just seeing the highlights was so awesome. Everything that is right with sports was happening on Sunday morning, and just us to come together. And even I don't watch hockey. I barely watch hockey if they show highlights on ESPN. But the one game, right? Oh yeah.
In the 90s, it used to be all the time. You used to know everybody in the hockey league.
You'll start seeing it now more once once it gets a little slow in the sports world. But the one game every 4 years that I want to see is the U.S. versus Canada in the Olympics. And so we got it, and it did not disappoint. And I couldn't believe it's been, 40, 45 years, 46 years since we won gold. It's crazy. What a finish.
I know, right?
Awesome.
Great. And, hey, Brian, think about this. I got to watch a Brazilian win a gold in the Winter Olympics. Never thought I'd see the day that would happen.
What was that?
Skiing. It was downhill.
Okay. Where do you train?
Well, no, so he got out of it. He was part of the Norway team. His father was from Norway. His mom is Brazilian. So he got out, moved to Brazil, didn't even, got done with skiing, everything else. And then finally said, I want to go back and try to win a gold, and went back representing Brazil and ended up winning a gold. Just think about that. Like Jamaica, you're getting all these new teams now in Winter Olympics, and it's like, what?
Wow. Yeah. No, I didn't watch, to be honest, I didn't watch much Olympics at all. But yeah, definitely was glued to the TV on Sunday morning when I could be.
Are you kidding me? You did not watch the figure skating? Bri.
I don't think I watched.
That is your favorite sport.
I don't think I watched anything other than USA Canada, to be completely honest.
Well, that's understandable. At least you watch USA Canada, though.
It's good.
All right, we're here at the end of the show. We want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Casey, Mike, James, Justin, Chris, Matt. Oh my God, the list keeps going. All of them in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching and chiming in tonight on Legal Ham to the Face. Catch us next Tuesday, as we were probably going to dive in more into the Browns after the combine, talk a little bit more draft stuff, and probably talk some more Cavs. If you guys have a Fat Boy Tuesday topic you want us to hit, or a top 3 topic you want us to hit up, please hit us up in the comments or message us at Illegal Ham to the Face on Facebook and all that stuff. We'll answer it, and we'll see if we can come up with something fun. Brian, we're at the end of the show. God bless him, my friend.
Remind me later. I got a top 3 for next week. I've been meaning to tell you, but so I'll tell you later. Yeah, God bless you. God bless America. Go U.S.
All right. I want to thank our troops and first responders for everything you guys do. Cannot do this without you, and appreciate everything you guys do, especially the sacrifices that you guys make for us. By the way, Brian, I forgot to tell you, me and the kids got to ride in a fire truck over the weekend.
Nice.
It was freaking awesome.
Highlight.
They wouldn't let me hit any of the buttons, though.
Just think of Kramer and Seinfeld driving the back of the fire truck.
I wanted to push so many buttons in that thing. Brian, there is buttons galore in that thing. And I'm like, can I hit this one? No. Can I touch this one? No. Can I turn on the siren? No. Can I turn on the horn? No. Can I do something? Can I adjust the mirror? I just wanted to.
Did you get to slide down the pole?
There was no pole there.
What?
Sorry.
You got ripped off.
I know. All right, so
I got one of those in my house.
I'm done reminiscing about. Oh, and shout out Miss Cammie. Your 3rd birthday was amazing. Thank you for the cupcakes, and I love your little boots. All right, we're definitely uncorked, unloaded. Catch us next Tuesday at 7:15 p.m. here on Illegal Ham in the Face and Network 216. Have a great night, guys. See ya.